approach of targeting financial, but it's probably less than
For societies to thrive, we need responsible businesses. Businesses that create quality jobs, foster growth and innovation to help solve problems and improve lives. This doesn't happen on its own. It requires shared standards, and it requires a commitment by companies, by governments, and by citizens to put these standards into practice. The OECD plays a driving role in this with the OECD Guidelines for Multinational Enterprises on responsible business conduct. These guidelines are based on the simple principle that business activities should help improve lives and not come at the expense of people or the planet. Child labor and forced labor should be eliminated. Workers should be treated with respect and have the freedom to organize. Products and technologies should be safe. There should be no place for corruption in business. And business activities should not harm ecosystems or local communities.
Many companies have already taken important steps. The OECD looked at the top 10,000 publicly listed companies globally. We found at the end of 2025, 7 out of 10 had commitments on at least one responsible business issue. The most common areas were fighting corruption and reducing pollution. However, a major gap exists between having commitments and putting them into practice. Measures to actually address impacts on people or the environment are only reported by 1 in 5 of these large companies on average. The gap is especially visible in global supply chains. For example, while half the companies report considering social or environmental standards when choosing their suppliers, less than 1 in 5 said that they actually assess supplier performance on these topics. Many companies report human rights as a top issue. Less than 1 in 10 engage with stakeholders on human rights issues. There's a lot of room for spreading good practices, including through clear rules and more support for implementation.
This is why governments are increasingly stepping up to encourage responsible business conduct and ensure that rules are fair for all companies. At the end of 2025, at least 34 countries had introduced laws requiring companies to implement responsible business conduct. But when business conduct falls short, there needs to be a place to turn. And the OECD has created a unique international system of national contact points where any person or organization with a legitimate interest can raise concerns if they believe that a company has breached the guidelines. The role of these government offices is then to listen to the complaint and bring the different parties together to try to resolve the issues. Responsible business conduct is about making sure that business activity delivers better outcomes for society. And that's what the OECD is working to achieve.